Yeah, here we are. And today is my second part of what's new in dental system 2020. And before so, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Yuri, and actually, yeah, it's a bit information about me. I am academy trainer for any 3Shape products. Actually, I have about 27 years experience in dental area, and I have both dentist and dental technician background. I was spending maybe about 14 years working in Ukraine as a general dentist. And now I am working for 3Shape more than 8 years at the same position, academy trainer and dental application specialist. Yeah. And oh, sorry, I have somebody texting me. Okay, we will do it later. Yeah, and the 3Shape company is a beautiful company, and it was established in 2000 in Copenhagen in Denmark. But currently we have our company for 20 years, and currently we have 1,400 employees, and more than 400 developers are working to dedicate the dental solutions, not only dental, but also hearing aid solutions and any other 3Shape products. And the headquarters is located in Denmark, in Copenhagen, but also we have plenty of offices all around the globe. And we have development office in Kyiv, in Ukraine, where I am originally from. Also, we have office in Szczecin. Our facility in Szczecin is about production, and any scanners, the intraoral scanners and desktop scanners, they produced there in Poland. Also here in United States, we have office for sales, support, marketing, and academy. As well as we have plenty of offices all around Europe, like in Italy, Germany, France, and Spain, and any other countries. Currently, 3Shape company is not working only for dental market, but also 3Shape company was starting with the hearing aid segment. And currently we have 70–80% of the world's hearing aids produced over our 3Shape technology. And it's a huge amount, huge percentage of this segment, of this hearing aid. Yeah. And I am proud to say that 3Shape company is the leader in innovation and in developing any dental CAD systems, CAD softwares, for both for clinics and for labs. Yeah, and today I will repeat a bit what's new in Dental Manager and Control Panel in our new version, 2020 version of Dental System. And first of all, we have a new filter which makes browsing for material in order for much easier. And also it's available for all group or down menus in Dental Manager. And you could go to materials and click on the material and start typing what are you looking for, like name of the wax material or PMMA, and it will pop up the proper material for you, the list of them, and you will pick up which one you want to use. And also this is the really good, and I like this feature. You could make some materials preferable, like favorite materials for you in the order form, and you could just activate the asterisk near this material, and this material gonna be pushed up to the very beginning of the list. Yeah. And the next one is about material validation. Materials have new validations and restrictions that delivers a better control when producing the restorations. And manufacturer can set the settings according to their preferences for specific materials and respective applications. It means here in dental system control panel, we could check some boxes of the restrictions and put some specific amounts of the maximum number of units we're gonna to validate in bridge size, for example, or we could validate the number of the connected pontics, as well as the validate of usage of the material for specific teeth, like for anteriors, posteriors, and we could activate them by checking the boxes here in the chart. Yeah. And the next huge improvement is that now any 3Shape software will accept PLY file format, and it's not relative only to dental system, it's relative to any 3Shape products now. Yeah. And we could enjoy some extra information coming with PLY format, like color, for example. And it is working with all three formats: PLY, STL, and our 3Shape format is DCA. Yeah. The next one is about customize the 3Shape trios order form for specifically for your indications of materials. And it is making it much easier to work with our trios users, trios dentists, because when you create or customize your trios order form through 3Shape Communicate account, it will allow you to send this template as an order form when dentist will be connected to your lab through 3Shape Communicate. It means they will have in the Trios software, they will have only choice to choose materials or indications you are working on as a lab. And yeah, and yeah, clinic only see the service and materials you provide. Okay, next one is about control panel and installation. Let me introduce the system of the cleanup, because now in the control panel you could see on the left side of my slide, we have automatically close orders, delete orders, and also we have some clean actually scans files in orders, clean cache, as well as any other options of the clean up our system to keep our performance on the high level. And yeah, you could configure the clean up system for yourself in control panel. Okay, and is it better now? I am increasing the volume of my mic, and now it should work much better, I hope. Okay, and let's continue with installation. The installer has been simplified to give a faster and easier way to upgrade or to install the dental system. And now the size of the installer is much less to download, and it will take much less time to install it as well. Yeah. And yeah, now let's go to the next slide. And the next slide is exactly about 3Shape CAD design which has a lot of improvements in our 2020 version. And for example, now we have really good feature. We could morph design to additional scans. In the previous versions, we were morphing it only to pre-preparation or double preparation scan. But now, in the current version, we have this morphing tool available for any additional scans added through the add additional scan tool. And yeah, it could help a lot because we could add as many scans as we wanted to have in the case, and we could morph our design to the additional scan. Only what we need to make sure is position of the additional scan according to the preparation scan. And the next huge improvement I will show you as a live demo just in a couple of minutes is all-in-one implant bridge workflow. When we have a new all-in-one reduced implant bridges workflow, and now it's implemented to make it faster to design implant bridges and give full flexibility, because we could even do the cut back of the bridges. And the new workflow has all designed options in one common workflow to make it convenient for our customers, for our users. And the workflow gives full design flexibility, allowing to offset of the design preps in just few clicks and combine any type of the cutback options, or we will see the options there. We could deliver fully anatomical crowns or units over the bridge. It means the Pretau style bridges and Toronto bridges, now they could be done pretty fast and easy, and with much better margin line area. Yeah, the gingiva is now fitted to the teeth within one click. You could just because we have developed so-called gingivator 3.0, and it is working pretty fast and convenient. And I will show you this process as well. Yeah, and new workflow is available for full anatomical implant bridges with gingiva. And after closing the case, a second layer, the crowns, will be created to finish the crown design on the top of the virtual preparations of cutback crowns. And this new implant bridge reduction feature is built on the top of the existing full anatomy bridge workflow, so it is possible to use all available implant bridges types in one workflow. Yeah, it's I really like this improvement, this new option with the implant bridges, and I'm pretty excited because a lot of my customers, our customers, were asking us how we could do it much easier and much faster. Yeah, now it is here. Yeah, the next improvement to the CAD design is direct access to tutorials in dental system. And you could see on this slide where you're on the Smile Composer tab, just near the questionnaire mark, you will see this like YouTube link here, and when you click on it, will open a YouTube training video about the step you're currently working on. You don't need to search in user manual or technical documentation and click on the link there, but link is currently is directly here in the software. Yeah, and we have more flexibility in additional scans. It is now possible to merge all selected models into one and save the combined design for future use. It means you could choose any elements over your screen through the Add Additional Scan tool. And you could hold on Control and choose a couple of crowns, for example, or a couple of scans, and click Save, and it will be saved as a one scan, as a one file, which will merge the files you just designed or uploaded into the case. And yeah, and now I wanted to open my dental system, Dental Manager, and create the case. I wanted to show you how to work with the bridge, implant bridge. Let's create case, and I have some elements here. And the abutment, we need to choose screw retained crown, and we choose the proper implant system we wanted to use. After that, let's pick up Puntix and add anatomy Puntix here. Make sure you have the same material for both for Puntix and for abutments. And after that, let's highlight all 8 units, and we are coming to gingiva now, and choose the second option, the full contour gingiva here. And this is, I wanted to highlight this point. We don't need to add any bridge anymore. When we have the implant case with the artificial gingiva, we don't need to use bridge. We will use just gingiva, artificial gingiva as connector, bridge connector. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, make sure you have model and antagonist model, and let's put some name like bridge. Yeah. And we could continue with scanning if we have scanner connected and we have our case. But I have my scans, and I wanted to show you everything over my scans to be imported into the case. I will click OK for this reason, and I will import scans with the right click and choose import. And now it is somewhere here. Yeah, I have my my scan of the upper jaw with the implant positions, and actually this scan is coming from Implant Studio, where I was planning implant position in Implant Studio and just extracted this this scan from Implant Studio to use it in dental system. And I have my implant positions connected to this scan. It means I don't need any scan body and process of the scanning with the scan body if I have my implant positions coming from Implant Studio. Okay, this is the antagonist, it means lower jaw. Yeah, and now, yeah, I have my scans in here. Yeah. Actually, I was doing virtual extraction of my teeth because actually this is my initial scan, my oven. Yeah. And now we are ready to double click to start design. And Dental Designer will be opened. Yeah. It is here, and if you look on the top of the screen, you could see the workflow bar, and currently we are on the prepare tab. We need to put our occlusal plane, and I prefer to use the set with points option to put just 3 points over my scan. Yeah, something like this, and I wanted to pull it down a bit to have it approximately between 2 arches. Yeah. this is the way how we could do it. And let's hit next to come to the sculpt. And this is the way how I was doing the virtual extraction with the very last tool here, tooth extraction tool. And now I have my teeth extracted and nothing to do here, just go to the next steps. We could do the same sculpt over the lower jaw, but it's not for us now. Yeah. And here we have the segmentation. And what we need to do, we need just to make sure we have annotation points placed in the correct positions. And you could see I have my implant positions now connected to my scan. And what I need to do, just follow annotation of the tooth number 5, tooth number 6, tooth number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah. Let's go to the next step and come to the insertion direction. And yeah, the insertion direction was chosen automatically by this software. And just to show you the angulation, it's pretty high angulation, but the software just counted something on the middle of the way. And we have pretty good direction. It means I don't want to change any direction here. I am coming to my anatomy pre-design step, which is here, and I wanted to place my teeth as a virtual vexen. Yeah, and to do so, I have my smile libraries to be opened and pick up the proper here the proper smile library from the list. Yeah, there are plenty of them here. I could scroll down to see how many of the libraries 3Shape has in this in the system. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I wanted to use this one, and I will cancel any, and I will use my global transformation tool, and yeah, place it more or less in the correct position. Yeah, and if you were on my last webinar, on my Tuesday's webinar about Values 3D face scan, I wanted to continue with this face scan, and I wanted to show you how to use this face scan on this step. And let's go to the right side and open additional scans, and I wanted to upload my face scan from the folder. Oh yeah, it is here, and this is my face scan to be uploaded into the system, into this case. And you could see I have my face, and I could place my teeth according to the face scan, not only according to the scan of the intraoral scan or just scan. Yeah, and this is, as far as I remember, PLY format of this face scan. And anytime we could switch off color to see it as STL, and I could place my teeth, for example, one by one, make sure that they are in the proper position. And I could take away my face scan anytime. Yeah, and I wanted to place a bit my bicuspids a bit better here. Yeah, and I could activate my lower jaw to see where I am. Yeah, it's not so bad. Maybe just laterals should be put down. Yeah, and maybe I need to rotate it a bit to have it much nicer and maybe a bit shorter. Yeah. Okay. I could activate my collision lines to see where I have my design collided by the lower jaw, and let me just change a bit the position of my interiors. Yeah, and bypass bits as well. Yeah, now I am coming to the smart tools, and I wanted to cut my my design to antagonist, and yeah, and now it's cut, and I wanted to come back to the smile composer and use my wax knife to smooth some areas like this to make it much nicer than expected. And also, what is really important, we need to take care about distance or gap between neighbors. And this is the reason to cut to neighbors in 0 or even with some gap, because we will do the reduction and the cutback of the design, and we need to have our margins to be opened all around every tooth. Yeah, something like this. Okay, and after that, we are ready to come to the next step. And this is the step of our abutments. We need to take care about emergent profile of each position of each implant. I wanted to raise it up a bit, and it's gonna be connected to my design. And same with the very last one. Yeah, let's try to connect them. It means we need just to hit preview or next. Yep, and now my design is connected to the implants, and now I need to take care about distance to the soft tissue, and click on any puncture. Oh, hold on. It looks like my canine is a bit out. Yeah. And we need to click on any puncture and go to the smart tools and cut to gingiva with 0 and maybe even some gap. We could keep some gap here because we will have our artificial soft tissue to be placed all around. Yeah. Okay, and let me smooth some areas of the connection on the subgingivally with the wax knife and smooth it all around. Oops. Yeah, to open this contact, because we will have the margin line approximately in this area, and same for canine here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of time to do design. Yeah, this is not the perfect design, but just to show you the main idea how it works, and this is the reason why I don't want to be so precise with my design, but definitely it could be done much better. Yeah, okay. And after that, we are ready to hit next to come to the gingiva step. And if you pay attention to the left side of the screen, here we have three sub-steps: the gingiva anatomy, sculpt, and bridge reduction. And currently we are on the gingiva anatomy, and we need to choose this outline and we'll choose the base thickness. It could be 2 millimeters in this case. And I need to put my spline all around this design. Yeah, and connect last point with the first one. Yeah, anytime we could do correction, just picking up the points and pull them into the proper position. Yeah, to have a bit more space here with the ginger. Yeah. Okay, let's hit preview to see how it will look like. Yeah, this is the gingiva, and this gingiva is making teeth a bit shorter, and this is the reason to come to the next step and modify gingiva, because you could see I'm just clicking and gingiva has the pretty nice shape all around the teeth. Only I wanted to do some correction like this to open a bit more the cervical areas. Also, we could change this parameter on the previous step when we are choosing the thickness of the artificial soft tissue. Here we could put not 2 millimeter, but 1.5 or even 1 millimeter to make it a bit shorter. And on the next step, we will have the cut back or reduction of the teeth. And reduction will start from the area of the connection of white and pink areas. It means we need to define where we will start our margin line for the future crowns. And this is the best way how to do it. It's just decide where the passage between white and pink will be here on this step. Yeah. Also, we could use the wax knife to smooth all around if we need. Yeah, and to make it a bit smoother. Yeah, you could see this kind of gingivator is pretty cool and pretty easy to work with. Yeah, let's say this is the good design of the gingiva, and we are ready to hit next. Actually, there were no changes of the tools setup. We have the same tools, the same set of the tools. Let's come back to the sculpt. Like we had before, this is the morphing, wax knife, attachments, vein cut, and smart tools. With the smart tools, we have only smoothing. Yeah, but not more. And yeah, let's come back to the bridge reduction. And here we have the three options. The very first one is Sculpt Anatomy. The next one is the top cap, and the last one is cut back. And I really like cut back, but I will show you all three of them. And the current one is the Sculpt Anatomy, and it means after the clicking next, white and pink area is gonna be just merged, just combined, and you've done with your Pretao style bridge. Yeah, it will look like this. You could modify it on the very last step here, but it's still gonna be the full contour, the anatomy bridge. And also we could, yeah, let's come back, we could choose the second option, top cap. Activate this one, and here we will have, okay, let's move it a bit, yeah. We will have kind of the dies all around the teeth if we choose anteriors or posteriors to apply the settings here. And you could see that this margin line is defined just on the contact with the pink. We have only about 0.1 millimeter somewhere distance, yeah, rising up here. And we could pick up any dot, like orange dot, and pull it up a bit, change position of the margin by this dot, as well as change position of the shoulder a bit with this pink one to increase it. And this is the area to work all around the margin, as well as we could choose to make some depression just on the middle of the tooth, same way as pulling it down a bit with the brown dots here. We could pull down the whole piece also, yeah. It will look like die. Yeah, I could rise up a bit, some areas like this, yeah, to create this kind of the preparation, yeah. And also we could apply the same settings for all our posterior or anterior teeth, just clicking on the posteriors, and yeah, you could see opposite tooth has the same top cap, and anteriors. Just click on. Yeah, now we have kind of the dice all around. Yeah, click on the tools to modify it, and here we are to make any modification. Like this way, we could lock the draft angle and keep the anatomical top, for example. Oops, and adjust it. Or let's reset it, and yeah, we could make any changes here if we wanted to do. Yeah, this one looks not so bad. I like it, especially when we have option to create a bit more interproximal space to have enough thickness of our future crowns in this interproximal area. Yeah. But also what I wanted to show you is the cutback. And let's use this option. And we need just to apply it and apply for all anteriors and all posteriors, or just for anteriors to have the cutback and for posteriors to have top cap. You could combine it with any groups of the teeth, or even tooth by tooth. Yeah, and I like this cutback because it's ready for veneering. It looks like this, and on the next step, if I need, I could morph using the morph. I could sculpt over the design. Yeah, and you could see we have this spline as a margin line, and in case I need to replace it, I could just draw it a bit more, like making some kind of the lingual band like this, and hit apply. And in this case, I will have not covered area over this tooth. Yeah. In case we will click reset, it will bring our green line, our margin line, exactly on the position of the pink-white passage. Yeah, and hit apply to see how it will look like. And here we have the offset, which is universal, uniform offset, and it's currently 0.9 millimeter, but I could increase it to 1 millimeter or 1.2 millimeter, for example, and hit apply. And yeah, you could see the result of the shrinkage is much more, like 1 or 2 millimeters here. Yeah, let's come to 1 millimeter maybe. Oops, sorry, the opposite way. Yeah, and apply. And I could apply the same parameter for all anteriors at the same time. Yeah, and maybe, yeah, now we are ready to hit next. But before so, oops, yeah, before so, I wanted to show you really good option one more time with the face scan to be activated with the gingiva now. And you could take picture of the screen, like screenshot, or you could record the video with the rotation of the teeth, of the face, yeah, here, and to show, to present it for customer, for patient, and for dentist. Yeah, and we could change the color of the teeth to make it more natural with the very last tool on the right side of the screen. Yeah. Okay, and let's go to the next step to finalize our design and come to the next case. which gonna be done, gonna be created automatically by the software. Yeah, you could see the final step to sculpt anatomy. And you know, if you wanted to cover kind of dies or preparations by crowns, I'd recommend to activate this slider undercuts to see any undercuts all around the preparations, and maybe in some areas we need to adjust a bit design to smooth it to avoid undercuts to be so close to the margin. Because it's no problem to have undercuts, but let's just minimize them to take them away from this, from the margin line area. Yeah. Yeah, like this. And we need to smooth it a bit to do correction. I prefer to smooth it, but also we could use any other tools to do it. Yeah, now it's much better. Yeah, okay. Now we have the open margins, and let's hit next to come to assembly step, where our screw hole is going to be applied all over this bridge. Yeah, and yeah, it will look like this. Yeah, now we have our screw holes applied, and most of them, they are out of the margin. Only this area is almost on the right position. It means anytime we could step back to open maybe more margin in this area on the previous steps. But let me keep it like this and just hit next to save design. And come to our next step. But before so, there is the extra, the new slide on the right side of the screen. This is the margin and direction. And you could see any margins as additional information coming together with design as well as direction. And when we close this one, it will create the new case. Yeah, you could see the message here. Do you want to create a secondary order with anatomy added on the top of the reduced implant bridge? And yes, I wanted to create it. And this second case gonna be here in a couple of seconds, I hope. But anyway, this is one more way how to do it. It's just making copy and append CAD design to preparation scan, and this, it will work the same way. Yeah, let me do it just to show you. Actually, we were doing so, and I don't want to have it one more time. Yeah, and now we have this. Hold on a moment, please. Yeah, that one, let's modify it. Yeah, we have this extra case, and when we open the order form, we could add one more name as the final crowns, for example, and I wanted to clean up everything and choose just crowns on the top of it. Could be not zirconia, but for example, Emacs. And actually, this is the way we were working on. It's start typing Emacs, and it will. Oh, I don't have any Emacs actually. Sorry, let's skip zirconia. Type zirconia, and it will open any zirconia options here. Like last one. Yep. And we have our new scans, the appended design to the previous scan. And what we need to do, just click OK. And we don't want to import to re-import scans. It means we will use the same scans. And yeah, here we have our design as a scan over here. And I will double click to use this option. Yeah, let me take away face scan. Yeah, now you could see my virtual preparation here, and I'm just going next, next, next to Sculpt, to go to the segmentation and any other ways. Yeah. This way, let's check the position of the of annotations, and let's clear everything and ignore the scanning annotation and put annotation on the neck positions of each die. Yeah. And let's go to insertion direction, which gonna be the same as our previous case, but because of the virtual preparation, I'd like to customize a bit the insertion direction, something like this, and set this new direction. Yeah, we need to do it for every tools we are working on. Also, we could bridge teeth actually to have the one piece of the construction over the preparation. Yeah, and let's go next, 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 all 8 types. Yeah. Oops. Here we are. Let's change it a bit. Yeah, and let's finish it with the very last tools, number 12. Yeah. And we've done, and we are coming to the margin line steps. as well as the die interface. And margin lines are defined automatically just on the edge of the margin. And it means we are just coming next, next, next. Maybe in some cases we need to do correction, but it's gonna be not so often. You could see the margin is exactly on the white and pink area. And this is the reason why we need to take care about connection to the to both teeth on the previous case. Yeah, something like this, and maybe we need to clear and redefine margin manually. Yeah, I think this is because of this in certain area. We need to take care more about distance to neighbor on the previous case. And the very last one is here. Yeah. And let's create die interfaces. I wanna just to click next, next, next. Yeah, sorry about the delay. Now we have, yeah, we have time of the webinar running out, and yeah, we have the 1 minute, but it's still counting. But yeah, I'd like to come to the step of, yeah, let me here just anatomy design step, and while it is counting for all 8 teeth at the same time, I wanted to come back to my presentation and just pay your attention to the links here, because if you will use this link, you will go to 3Shape Academy Hub of the North America, where you could find some virtual classrooms as well as the live webinars and academy trainings, and they're gonna be online, like the webinar, but also with the remote control and really hand-on training. As well as if you have any questions, you could chat with expert, and it will look like this. You could go to the virtual classroom, you could find some webinars, you could schedule the software training or chat with expert. And yeah, let's come back. Also, you could contact me by this email if you have any questions related to any 3Shape products, and I will be happy to help you there. Yeah, and let me see. Yeah, here is the step of the anatomy design, and you could see I have exactly the same shape, but because of the connection to the margin, I need to adjust my shape a bit over the teeth using, for example, the wax knife, and it could be done pretty easy and fast just with the smoothing. Or maybe we need to change a bit settings in the margin line connection settings to have it a bit different way of the connection. to the margin. Yeah, but even now you could see it could be corrected pretty fast. Yeah, and yeah, definitely we need to take care about the pivotal surface to make it nice. As well as we could open virtual articulator and adjust occlusion by this way. Yeah, if you take away scan, we'll have our crowns one by one. Maybe we need to come to our smart tools and cut to neighbors to take care about contacts. Yeah, in some areas you could see the highlight and tease. Now, because of in this case, over the units, we don't have them applied for, you could see it's failed to apply, and maybe we need to decide to change the design. Okay, let me keep it like this, just to don't waste time on. And yeah, one more time we could open our scan, face scan, to see how it will look like. One more time and adjust it if we need. Yeah, and yeah, here we are. We could go to the next step and save everything. Yeah, we could change the minimum thickness. Maybe we need to enforce it. Yeah, and here we have our crowns. And what I'd like to show you is add additional scan, new option. When you come to additional scans and go to the save, you could pick up a couple of the teeth at the same time, like 4 teeth, just holding Control, and you could save the model, and it's gonna be model. Okay. Where is the desktop? Yeah. With the name like bridge. And you could save it on the desktop. And now I wanted to close this case and come to my desktop. Oops, one more time. And this is my scan. This is my file with the merged 4 crowns. Let's, yeah, it's taken some time to open, sorry. Yeah, and there are my 4 crowns, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, and this is what I'd really like with our new version of the software. And yeah, you could see that status is changed to the designed, and we have our crowns all over. We could generate cam output. Just going to advanced and click generate cam output, and Shift F4 to open it, and we have our 8 crowns as a single STL files here. Yeah, and that's it what I'd like to show you today. If you have any questions, you could reach me out by my email here, and I will wait maybe 1 minute while if you have any question, you could type them here in our Zoom chat. And yeah, let's change dentistry together. And thank you for your attention for today's attending this session, this webinar for today. Yeah.